Yo, what's going on? Fulltime Father Podcast, Big Dog All Love in here for show. You know what I'm saying? And we are here at a very, very, very dope barbershop slash beauty supply store. So real excited, of course. You know, when you see greatness, you know what I'm saying, you definitely want to embrace it. I have two super dope guests, and they both are barbers. So I'm gonna have them introduce themselves.
My name is Rebecca, owner of La Hafa's Multicultural Barbershop, 221 7th Street. So today was the grand opening. Next door we have a beauty barber supply. Yeah. So we're holding down Unit A and Unit B.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pretty soon we gonna own the block.
Come on now.
Okay. What?
Projecting. You know what I'm saying?
Midtown takeover.
Yeah, Midtown takeover.
Love that.
I'm also a barber educator. So a couple days a month, I'm in Beloit at First Class Cosmetology School, working with the cosmetologists and the barbers, teaching them clippers and how to handle them and use them. I've been in the game for 35 years.
Nice.
So that's what I do.
Nice. All right, now, here we go.
All right. I'm Joe. I work alongside Rebecca in the barbershop. And she's, when you see greatness, it makes you either A, want to be like, or C, or B, like kind of step it up a little bit. So it's giving me a lot of inspiration to, I guess, be like my role models. So I'm here and I'm learning.
Man, that's fire, man. That's fire. That's dope, man. Man. And I said this too when we was talking, man. When I first came across you just cutting period, it was always like a family feel, man.
Yeah.
This is my first time in this shop right now, and it feels real wholesome. Like it's real dope in here, man.
Yes, thank you.
For sure. But today we got a couple topics we're gonna talk about, man. So unfortunately, one of our man, it's hard to say. Every time I try to prep to say this, man, it's hard to say it, man.
Yeah.
One of our young ladies took her life for bullying, and so that sparked a lot. So it's very necessary to have these conversations, and we're gonna go ahead and just get into a couple topics and see if we can provide some type of solutions. You know what I'm saying? So first and foremost, let's get to the root of bullying. Now, do y'all think the parents is to blame, or was it the school system type deal, or is it the school system? I'm sorry, like they're not doing enough at school to prevent it, or is the conversations not happening?
Well, I feel like everything starts at home.
Absolutely.
And I feel like, true enough, no matter how much we try to, instill in our kids or try to make sure that they're respectful, sometimes it is out of our hands when they leave the house. And then I also feel like, as a parent, you have taken our rights away. Mm-hmm. You have tried to take our rights away.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So I came up with some good old whoopings.
Mm-hmm. Beatdowns.
Certified. I'm talking about extension cord.
Leg drop off the ropes.
What? Mm-hmm. But I tell you what, the older I got, I was so thankful for every one of them whoopings. Mm-hmm. We even in the Bible, God says He disciplines His children. Like what? We have to discipline our children here. Absolutely. That 1, 2, 3 magic. Stop it. Stop it. All right? There's a difference between whooping and disciplining your kid and beating your child.
Absolutely.
Right? I mean, I'm totally against the whole beating.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? But your kids need to be disciplined. I feel like discipline is a form of love.
Absolutely.
Right? If I don't discipline you, I don't care.
Absolutely.
Right? Go do whatever you want.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's not love to me. I'm trying to love you enough to discipline you to be like, you don't do that. Absolutely. This is something you don't do. Right?
Absolutely.
If I don't care, gone. Go. You know
if it's not happening at home,
go ruin your life.
Yeah, they gonna do it outside the house.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
absolutely.
saying? That's what I tell my girls, even just like little basic stuff, not even far as discipline. I'm like, yo, like you did this, so now you can't go do that.
Right.
And the reason I'm doing that is because the consequences in this house is very light. The ones outside the house is very serious.
That's right.
So
That's
you got to get accustomed to it.
That's right. And I think that's another thing what they don't understand. Yeah, you know what? You go out there, it's not going to be so pretty. You know what I mean? And I do feel like it starts in the home. Yeah.
No, I absolutely agree. And it's so many different ways to go about it. Like me personally, I was bullied growing up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And, that forced me to just start sticking up for myself. And then
Yeah.
I seen that I was able to throw my weight around.
Yeah.
So then I started doing it more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then that enhanced it. Then I started getting locked up and all type of stuff. So at some point you gotta know how to like catch a child where they're at with it and direct it somewhere. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Because it's easy for somebody to just go off a track.
Right about that. And I almost feel like, and yes, it starts at home for sure, but it's almost like it's how to say, okay, if you got some leaders that we already know, like these leaders have been doing a great job where they are. They're role models. We want this ethic instilled in everybody that we know. In America, we got so many microaggressions. It's like when we are being led by those same bullies that bully other people, and then like they take the correcting force from the house, the parent, and take the power from the parent, and basically tell the kids do whatever you want.
Absolutely.
It changed the whole dynamic. Just like you said, you got bullied when you was younger. I got bullied when I was younger too. And it made me become the person that I am today. It was great. But the difference between today and then, when I went home, that was it of the bullying. I went home. Today, they gonna message you. They gonna load you up on Facebook. They gonna FaceTime you. Get their friends to do it too. So it's consistent. Like it's like, how to say, tenfold of what it was.
Yeah, I agree because like you said, like we went home.
Absolutely.
That was the end of it. You know what I'm saying? Until tomorrow, till we go back to school. Like now, you know what I'm saying? It's like a tournament. They have full access to you, and so do their friends. So I think that's the difference between our time and these children. Now. Is like all this like access, internet access, like the social media and like all these like different handles that they just have access to you 24 hours a day.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, I absolutely agree. Yeah, them back in the days, man, you had a problem with somebody, you settled it right then and there.
Yeah.
Go about your business.
Y'all be in the front yard, squabble it out. Now it's like the voice of on the internet, 39-year-old got a voice, and also a 5-year-old if they got a platform. The same amount.
Absolutely.
The same amount of influence. And it's not the same thing as use the phone with the long wire that goes around your house. It's not that. We got computers now.
Yes, sir.
Like they thinking for us. These kids don't need that.
No, not at all. I feel that though, man. And I wouldn't say they don't need it. It's just more so it's redirecting. Because like if somebody gets handed a mini computer like this and they're actually like taught how to use it, you know what I'm saying? It's very powerful. You know what I'm saying? But most parents sit their kids in the front of electronics. You know what I'm saying? And that comes from just life distractions as well, because most parents be distracted. You know what I'm saying? So then they get their kids distractions. You know what I'm saying? So I really can't put the full blame on, on anybody, because the way the world's set up, man, it's just like you gotta have tough skin. You do a lot.
I feel like we do have to have tough skin. I totally agree with that. But I think that's where the problem is, because I got 15 grandkids. Okay?
Big dog.
Yeah,
Super big dog.
Granny. So the baby of the 15, she's 2. That little tiny finger can swipe and pull up and go over and push play. And I'm like, to me, it just amazes my mind to think that these kids actually know how to navigate at such a young age. So like you said, at 5, You already know.
You're an influencer now.
You know, and I'm just like, I just told my daughters, I said, if I had young children, they wouldn't have a phone, they wouldn't have a tablet. You know what I'm saying? So as an adult, you know what I'm saying, is it much easier to give them a tablet and be like, go sit down? Or are we going to read a book and I'm going to give you, you know what I'm saying, my attention?
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
I would say that the thing about that is, I'm with that absolutely.
Yeah.
Personal experience, I don't do a lot of worldly stuff, especially at home, and so my kids feel like they're missing out on a lot.
Yeah.
So in the moment, of course, they feel like they're suffering, but it's definitely for a better goal at the end. But in the meantime, oh no, their feelings is hurt.
Yeah.
Like like when you offer my daughter some cookies and stuff, I don't keep snacks in my house.
Yeah.
So yeah, she went there and told them cookies up. She came back with some more and everything. You know what I'm saying? So she go to school and she see all the other kids. They talk about snacks and stuff like that. But if she come home thinking that's what's supposed to be happening here too. You know what I'm saying? So it's just trying to find that balance. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
for sure.
Absolutely. And every household's going to be different. You know what I mean? I mean, how you run your house, or you know what I'm saying, how each of us runs our houses. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be different depending on how we were raised. You know what I'm saying? And our likeness, or yeah. So
Yeah, you're right about that.
yeah, I just always said, like with my kids, like my job was to raise you to be respectful, independent adults, right? And I think that's another part too. The respect is gone.
Come on, man.
We lack respect. You know what I'm saying? It's so hard, you know what I'm saying, to be nice, to be kind to people. When you are kind to people, they look at you like you lost your mind, because you know what I'm saying, like, who does that? Who's nice anymore? Like, what do you want? You know what I mean?
Yeah, who sent you?
Who sent you? Like, what's your motive? You know what I'm saying? No, there is no motive. Like, people still do nice things, you know? And I think that's where, you know what I'm saying, we lack in that area as a society.
Absolutely.
You know, you're too busy, like, turning your nose up, you know, like at people. Just say hi.
Everybody's trying
How
to
you doing today?
Yeah, everybody got that guard up. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to protect themselves
everybody
from
know
what?
to get you stuff. Yeah.
Nah, that's real, man. So, what about tough love? So, in most minority households, it's tough love.
Oh, you gonna get some tough love.
I'm talking cold-hearted.
That comes with attention.
You gonna get some tough love.
That is right there. That is one of the key things that is completely missing. It's a lot of kids that their punishments, their consequences are so light that they just don't care. You know how hard it was? Like, we almost had to sneak the cuts around adults. Man, you walk into a restaurant, man, these little kids firing out sounding like grown men, 11, 12 years old, man, just going home.
Because I was always taught, like, you know, if you in the house, your parents, you're supposed to treat every adult with the same respect that you treat your parents. Because we're minors, we're children. So it wasn't no get in school and talk to your teacher anyway. Because the moment the teacher wrote a letter or sent a phone call, that was kind of you. You know, now your issue with your teacher is no longer your issue with your teacher. Now mama gonna get on you real quick. You know, like nowadays it's just a little different. I'm not saying it's not there. I'm just saying, like, I don't know, maybe we lost our way, or
that village ain't here anymore. You know, I remember being super young. I forgot how old I was, but I had a food stamp, so she let you know it was a long time ago. Right? So I took $1 food stamp, stole it from my mom, right? Yeah. Took it to the corner store. The lady let me pick everything I wanted in the store and put it on the counter, and she was like, "That's all for you?" I was like, "Okay, so I'm gonna call your mom." You know what I'm saying? I instantly called my mom back to the crib. My mom came up there and whooped my ass from there all the way back to the crib. You know what I'm saying? Like, that village is missing, man.
Yeah, man. I agree 1,000%. That's so crazy, because we were talking about that too. Like, that is actually, you know, there is no. When I was growing up, everybody knew everybody on the block. Everybody. People don't look at people don't even talk to their neighbors.
Neighbors, not at all.
Look like, okay. You know, like, that is missing. That is missing. The village is definitely missing.
Yeah. You should have block parties.
Don't you talk to my baby like that. Don't you, you know what I'm saying? Don't you?
It's not even.
Yeah.
Like you all said, you know, you definitely need the community.
Yeah.
I remember times like the moment I messed up at school And this is times without Snapchat and Facebook Messenger. But by the time I got out of school and started walking home, the neighbors like, your mom gonna whoop your ass. I already know what's about to happen. How she find out everything before I even get to the crib? Like it's like, like they say the trees communicate. I feel like the whole neighborhood communicated too. Like she had telekinesis and knew everything that happened. I'm like, how? But they spoke,
Absolutely.
They related. It wasn't like, this neighbor don't know the rest of the neighbors. Like everybody talked, everybody understood. Like, hey, keep an eye out,
Absolutely. Nah, for sure, man. Let's go back to the schools, though, because I do feel like me, just personally, we all been through public school. I think we all went through the same public school system, right? Right. So, no, they definitely don't be giving a fuck.
They don't.
And not even just them, just my kids in school now. My youngest is she was at school wilding out, right? She been wilding every day damn near. For this whole entire school year. I just found out 2 weeks ago. You know what I'm saying? Like,
how many months in?
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, we almost in the fourth quarter. If we not in the fourth quarter, right?
Right.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So, yeah, if we can find some way to approach the teachers and stuff, and just like provide them with some type of solutions or something. Maybe they just stressed out. They got their own kids at home.
Right about that.
You know what? And that goes back to I feel like if you're a teacher, if you're a nurse, people that are working with people, that are, you have to have a heart for that.
Absolutely.
That's not a paycheck job. You have to have a heart for that. It should be a natural, like a purpose-driven thing. Not just like, I'm going here. I guess I'm going to be a teacher because my mama was a teacher. And, I'm going to be a nurse because, all these CNAs getting all these jobs and they making this money. It's not that. It's not a paycheck.
It's a passion.
And I feel like if you had a heart for it, you would go that extra mile.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, like I say, I got all these grandbabies too. I've got some that have been bullied, sexually harassed, having a boy touch on them. Principal will say, I want you two to sit in the room and I want you to say something nice to each other.
Oh, wow.
Now what should my granddaughter say?
Nice to somebody who violated it.
Who was touching on you and has you crying every day going on.
That's nice.
What kind of thing is that? You know what I'm saying? So I get it.
And that's where it comes in from the parents at home, because a lot of parents who's not mentally strong in a situation are tearing the school up right away. You know what I'm saying?
They banned my daughter-in-law from the school from going up there so much.
I'm sure. You know what
I'm saying? To the point where my son has to tell his sons, go handle that. Why does it have to come to that?
And these are all full-blown adults.
You know what I'm saying? Like, why does it have to handle? And we're talking about like 4th and 5th grade. But then why do the adults, you know what I'm saying, not handle it? Where, the parents have to handle that. If they ain't gonna do nothing, I'm gonna do nothing. You know what I'm saying? Well, it shouldn't have to come to that.
Absolutely.
Like.
Yeah, man. So.
Yeah, I do feel like I'm not a teacher in 205 district. I don't know their policy. I don't know their politics. You know what I'm saying? I do know whatever it is, it's trash because it's not working. I said that.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's not working. These kids are just getting pushed through.
Yes.
They're getting pushed through.
Kicked out.
I don't care. No.
They were so quick to smack a label on our kids. That ADD thing. Like, with that. I have a personal experience.
I do too.
I was subscribed on Reeling Up. I guess it was Reeling something. I was in 5th grade. I know that for sure. And I took it for like 2 weeks, every day for 2 weeks. And I was a whole different person in class, like a completely different,
like this,
like a zombie. But I'm able to focus and I'm answering more questions than anybody in the classroom. So in that aspect, it worked. But I don't know what it was in me at that time that told me to stop taking it. I completely stopped taking it. Like, absolutely did. Like I didn't like the way it made me feel. Like I was in there zombied out.
No, yeah.
And I personally think that's they're not finding ways to teach every kid because all kids learn different. You know what I'm saying? Like the same thing. Like I'm not a person that you can sit in front of a board and just write on and expect for me to pay attention.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like make some fun interacting with
Yep,
something
absolutely.
to where a kid will learn anything if you make it fun. It don't matter what it can be brain surgery. If you make it fun, a kid will learn it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So they're so quick to like start slapping labels on us, and then of course, you know, you got the school system, the pipeline to jail. You know, the school system, the jail, and the hospitals, they all look the same.
Mm-hmm. And it's
literally all look the same.
It's so wild, like just like you said, you know, like okay, with phones have stepped up level after level. Computers have stepped up level after level. But the school system still the same, like a prison system. You feel me? Like, well, going back on what you were saying earlier, like, you know, it's about the parents in the house. I was that badass kid, dude. I needed my parents to beat my ass because I did some shit. Like, I did some shit, and it was like, if my kids did that, I'd be like, what the hell are you thinking, you know? But at that point in time, like, I'm in high school, I can do whatever I want. My parents ain't looking at me. And that's what I was thinking at that point in time. But the moment I got home and figured out, like, hey, my parents really care to get right in my ass, that changed everything. Like, shit, maybe I was that person, but now I think twice. You feel me? Once you get it, like, you get it. And I got it. So, I learned, man, for real.
Yeah, I had that, son. Let me tell you, like, so much as, like, you have nothing but a mattress on the floor. I'm going to take the door off the hinges. I'm taking the TV. I took the whole bed frame. I'm taking, you ain't got nothing but a mattress on the floor. Keep playing with me. You ain't going to have that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of that as parents is what we're missing too, because the consequences are so small, like you said. You know, and then tomorrow we're like, okay, what are you going to do for?
Yeah, absolutely. Get right back.
You know what I'm saying? Like, no. Like, it's so easy just to, like, well, you can't do that. Because you're not teaching, you're being an enabler. You know what I'm saying? And we're not teaching you nothing. Not teaching these kids. Now, see, I lived down south for 1 year, right? Southern Illinois. And so, we set a pattern. So we got it took me one time. It took me one time.
Lee, brother. Nigga, you're snoring on camera, brother.
Good morning.
My boy, time, man.
I was like,
oh man.
Man, my boy working, you know?
He was acting like he was asleep, man. He wasn't asleep.
that wasn't for real.
Yeah, cut that out.
You gotta stop it.
How many y'all now?
Nah, that's what's up, though, man. Oh, yeah, I did lose my train of thought, nigga. Oh.
No, we're just talking about discipline and tough love.
Right. Yeah.
You know, like, and I think that lacks too, like, the tough love. Yeah, that's tough love, because guess what? The streets ain't gonna be nice.
What?
You know what I'm saying?
That's gonna be the toughest.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you won't have to get a little, you know what I'm saying, at home. Because out here, you know, no. And that's what our kids, that's what they don't get. That's the part they don't get.
Yeah, I always put myself at their age. Like when I'm talking to somebody like 14, 15, I put myself in their age. I ain't give a fuck either. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
I don't really care. You know what I'm saying? Until like some real consequences started happening, and you know, that kind of wakes you up. Like, oh.
And it's always that point right there. What Smokey kind of make me feel like it's systematic. Like this microaggression that we're dealing with right now is systematic because like the teachers can't teach the kids because the parents ain't parenting the kids, and the kids stay in the system from young as ever till they hit that. I guess you can call it adulthood, but you're a baby at being an adult. So now the rules have changed. You're no longer looked at as a child when just yesterday you could tell anybody F you, flip them off and do whatever you want. Parent touch you, lock them up. Teacher do something, get them fired. But once you turn 17, 18, now it's like, hey man, maybe your parents should have parented you, But the police don't do it now.
Yeah.
And they don't take it easy.
Yeah.
They ain't giving you nothing but love. Ain't an ounce of it coming with love. You was lucky.
Then you'll be crying for mommy.
Yeah, and then you add to the system now. So it wasn't even about your family, like, being a better, or getting better generationally. It's just like, hey, man, now you in this system. And everything that you should have been, everything you probably should have been learning is by the wayside. And maybe you can pick it up later on, but you're not going to be looked at as the same individual. Now you a convict. Now you this, So
one thing I do love about where we at right now, just in our space, is that I truly don't believe felonies, backgrounds, and stuff don't matter now. Trying to, work or whatever. You know what I mean? Not as much as it used to be, because entrepreneurship is at an all-time high. I ain't gonna say all-time high because way back in the day, that was normal. It was very normal for you, like your auntie or your grandma, somebody be breaking bacon, selling goods out the house or something. It was extremely normal. Entrepreneurship, it died down, but now it came back. But that's crazy you said it, because I was talking to somebody about that the other day, because we got Trump in office. My man's got immunity. Like, he can't even get in trouble.
Can't nobody get that. Like, how many people, it's like those movies you see, like, where everything is bad and you tucked in this one corner, all of a sudden this motherfucker come in. Stop. Everything is good. Now everybody's great. Shit'll never happen like that, man. There'll be moments in my life where I'm like, can somebody please step in and save my ass? But it never worked that way.
Like,
you know what I mean? Like,
somebody,
man.
like now.
For real. Medium crash. Oh, hey, this is that.
That's funny, man. I actually, this on topic, kind of off topic. I remember I was riding in the car, suspended license, and I had some illegal shit in my trunk. And right here, matter of fact, right here on 7th Street, right? Long story short, this is when I realized that manifestation / God / source is extremely real. So, like I said, I'm trying to make long story short, so I'm gonna skip a bunch of stuff to the police come in, get me out the car, put me in the back seat of the police car, and then he's walking back to the car to get the keys out the ignition to open the trunk, right? So I looked straight up and I was like, God, please. And I tell you, as soon as I said that, his female officer that had my guys on the corner, she was like, hey, what you want me to do with them? He was like, nothing. Give me a second. He's still walking to the trunk. I have to pop the trunk open, right? And she was like, no, for my comfort, because it's fucking cold outside. He was like, you know what? He threw the keys at my home. He's like, I'm going to let them go, and I'm going to take him in for suspended license.
Man.
I never been so happy to go to jail. I was like, and I had bar money in my pocket.
Oh, my soul, man.
I was happy to see him. Like, what?
Oh, my soul, man.
Man. But, okay, so, bullying. So now, with the, talk about bullying, so let's get to the suicide part now. Is it mental health, y'all think? Is it like, because I've never been in that position, I've never had that thought cross my mind. What y'all think will make a person be at that person? I mean, at the age, we really can't compare it to an 11-year-old mind. You know what I'm saying? It's with adults, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, we can't. So, is it mental health? I'm not sure. I think when we're talking about like mental health, just like we're talking about ADHD, we're talking about ADD, you know, I think society is so easy to like label things and shove some pills down your throat, you know what I'm saying, versus like, let's get to the root of the problem. Let's see what's really happening, you know what I'm saying, versus like, here, take this medicine. So like you know what I'm saying, I had my son on medication because they just swore he was ADHD, 2 weeks, like you said. No. My son, no. You ain't gonna sit up there and
staring out
you slept 2 whole weeks away. I'm not, I know. No, we're done. We're gonna deal with this. You know, but is it? You know what I'm saying? Maybe sometimes, you know what I'm saying? It could be mental health, because I do agree that mental health can be, passed down. There is things that can be like carried, from person to person. But sometimes I feel like I come from an old down south family. Okay. So, like, for us, a lot of times, things are not talked about. Things are never discussed.
Swept under the rug.
Everything is swept under the rug until that sucker gets so big, you trip over that thing every time. You know what I mean? So, it's just a lot of things that you don't talk about. You know what I'm saying? And you were really shut up. We don't talk about that. You know what I'm saying? Shut your mouth. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of things. And so we learn how to suppress, because, so we learn how to suppress things, and I will say even so much as like men and young men, you know what I'm saying? You're supposed to be tough, you know what I'm saying? You ain't supposed to, you know what I'm saying? They build up this, persona in your head of like how you're supposed to be, and you learn how to suppress, So we don't talk about our feelings because that's not a manly thing to do. We don't talk about our emotions, so we can't show emotions because it's not a manly thing to do. We're supposed to be strong, One
of the dumbest things that was
one of the dumbest things. Like, no, talk about it, cry about it. Who can, get it out. You know what I'm saying? Because you're on a way to destruction. You know what I'm saying? If you don't. So, you know what I'm saying? For me, I was the rebellious. You know what I'm saying? Don't tell me nothing. I'm going to do whatever I want. And I've been on my own since I was 17 years old. You know what I'm saying? My kids' father, my ex-husband, he was 15. We met at Guilford. Right? Great. I had my son when I was 18. And then things went real fast. I didn't know nothing about the street. I was a country girl, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm in Rockford, but I'm country, right? So I think it was just like so much. The relationship got abusive. I didn't have a good relationship with my mom. And so I just would start feeling like no matter what I do, it's not good enough. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have like that outlet, you know what I'm saying, that person to talk to because we don't talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Shut up. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever. Your feelings don't matter, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? So as like the abuse went on and everything, there was a point in my life, and this is what people don't look at with people. You don't necessarily look at what people go through or what they've been through. You look at them right now. Who I am right now ain't always who I used to be.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? It took me a long, time, a lot of healing, you know what I'm saying, and a lot of Jesus, you know what I'm saying, to get to where I am right now. So I tried to commit suicide. My little brother, Nicky, that's why he's my favorite. My brother saved my life. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was in the hospital, like, unresponsive. You know what I'm saying?
What happened?
And this might seem like the craziest thing, and I don't tell too many people this, but you know what I'm saying, I'm cool with it now. And I would never, I would never talk about this because I always thought, no, I always thought it was weak. You know what I'm saying? That's the easy way out. It was weak. You know what I'm saying? No. I don't feel like that anymore. I feel like it takes a strong person to be able to talk about that. Because people don't want to bring that to the light, and it's taboo, and we don't want to talk about it, and it needs to be talked about.
You definitely got a point.
You know what I'm saying? We want to talk about it because there are people that will listen. You know what I'm saying? Instead of you feeling like, hush. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Even if it's just that day where you're like, I'm really feeling bad today. Like, I need to talk. Like, and forgive me if I cry while I'm talking about this because it's real,
For sure.
So, my husband was in prison. I'm selling dope. Okay, I got 3 kids. I'm a single mom. But I make sure I have money on his books, you know what I'm saying? And wherever he is in Illinois, I'm going every weekend. Right? I quit my job. You know what I'm saying? but the pressure was so deep. Like, I thought to this is my only way out. Like, I can't even do this anymore, right? And so I took every kind of pill I could imagine, bottles of pills, you know, and then followed it with some NyQuil. Yeah, so you know what? And I remember being so just disillusioned. Like, I could not even, like, you know, forget double vision. It was like 100 vision, you know? And I mean, my mom lived across the street. The only person who was home was my little brother. And I made it to the back door, and I just, like, slapped the back door. Man. My brother opened the door, and he was like, what the hell? He called the ambulance. Again, I go to the hospital, end up on the 4th floor, right? For 2 weeks. But guess what? We still don't talk about it. You know what we say? She works too much. She dehydrated. She's dehydrated. She just needed, you know what I'm saying, to be in the hospital, get some fluids pumped in her. We still don't talk about it. Guess what? We have never talked about it. You know what I'm saying?
That's it. For sure.
That's wild.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, that's how deep it can be. Sweep it under the rug. Because you don't want to face reality of, like, what's really happening. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
You gotta take ownership of it.
You don't want to take, you know what I'm saying? And it took me a long time, you know what I'm saying, to take ownership of that. You know, and I'd be like, nah. You know, I had to get rid of the relationship. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times we don't understand that, you know, like for me, I wanted my kids to grow up in a 2-parent home. But I finally got to the point where it's doing more damage with this 2-parent home than it would be just to, like, leave. And I finally got to the point where, I mean, I left with me and my kids and the clothes we had on our back. And I had to build myself up. So when you see this today,
big dog. Come on, man.
Yeah.
thank you, God. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Yes, let to God be the glory. Because, you know what I'm saying? I've left with nothing. I've had to start all over.
Man, and that's so powerful, man, because, like, these conversations are extremely needed.
Yes.
This is why I started my podcast, man.
Right.
Like,
that's what I'm saying.
man,
Like, excuse
people,
me if I cry.
Oh, you getting me? Come on, man. Come on. You getting me a little bit, too. I ain't gonna hold you, girl. So, man. Me and the community appreciate you, man.
Yeah, so, you know, like I say, like, looking in, you just, you know, you look at people and be like, oh, like, she's got a shop, you know what I'm saying, and she does this, you know what I'm saying, you don't know where it came from.
Man, so.
You know what I'm saying, you don't know where it came from. Stuff came literally from nothing.
That's so fire, man. That's so fire, bro. That's
There's one thing I always say, like, you know, my background was I had mom and dad at home, you know, and my dad was Mr. Marine / Reverend. So I got Reverend Pastor Marine on my ass all the time. And, you know, mom made sure she handled the house, and Pops, he made sure that he tried to put as much structure in there as possible. Thank God we practically lived in church. Like I'm talking about, it's like I was telling you, like, we wake up in the morning, okay, go ahead, put your suit on. We get in church in the morning. You take a nap, you wake up, it's nighttime, you still in church. Like, that was instilled in my situation, you know? And my dad always said it's like, it's important to put on the armor of God, you know? At first I really didn't understand, but after hearing so many things in repetition, it's like, hey, you know, like, this is not the end, you know? This is just a moment. This is momentarily. And it taught me a lot more, like, you know, that there's certain people in my life that did commit suicide or tried to commit suicide. And it's not that I didn't feel like, oh, I'm better than that, I'll never do that. It's just that I haven't felt that way yet. And the big word is yet. Because there's always lows. Everybody can hit that low where it's like, you know what, man? Fuck that. I could turn this towel in right now. You feel me? But just that yet moment, you know? Like, and it kind of, and that's why it was always important. Like, my pops, just us being in church, like, he always let me know, like, hey, God gave you everything you got in your house.
Mm-hmm.
Your house is not a physical house. It's within your body, within you.
Preach.
So if you want to find answers to your issues, and we have problems, which means there's a solution too.
Yeah.
We have to search within ourselves.
Yep, that's
You know,
right.
like I can't be like, hey, I'm fucked up because of this person. Because now, if I'm putting the problem on that person, then I'm putting the solution in that person too. You feel me? So it's like, yeah, things get tough. Yeah, things suck sometimes. And it's going to take some time to get out. Just like you say, it's easier to give a tablet instead of parent. It's going to be hard to get through those moments, you know?
Yeah.
But just sit through it, you know? Like,
facing your...
that's what patience is. It's like suffering over time.
Yeah.
You got to sit through your suffering. And you're going to figure out the answer, you
That's
feel
the
me?
hardest thing to do.
And it's tough. You're right.
Absolutely.
You're right.
Definitely shake yourself and become a whole new person, just sitting there quiet, by yourself, and isolated.
Man.
I ended up with 70 plants doing that. Like, real, man. That's real, man.
Yeah.
And speaking of what you were saying, though, it's different forms. Even just let's go with suicide. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you got people out here ready to crash out.
Mm-hmm.
Suicide, like,
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean?
I
Like
see Kodak Black all the time. Like Kodak Black, that guy's lost.
Man.
You can tell like he's like a shadow of the person. I mean, I've seen this lady, you know, when he started off, he seemed like he had some type of sense, but now it just seems like he's like in an inebriated, like stupor, to where I don't even know if he recognizes himself anymore. And again, that's not saying that I haven't been there, but I haven't been there yet. Like somebody needs to step in. Like maybe it's probably best to like take a look inside, you know, because man, we get lost in the sauce real easy.
Yeah, real easy.
Yeah.
Real easy.
I will say too, you know, like after my whole suicide attempt, fast forward 10 years, my sister's husband committed suicide. So God let me see like the other side of it. So he hung himself in the basement. And so it's been about 11 years ago, you know what I'm saying, that happened. And when I say the devastation, but it let me see the effects of suicide.
Yeah, who all it affect around.
Who it affects.
For sure.
And my sister, I will say, probably the last 2 or 3 years has been as close as normal as she's been. The kids, there was 3 kids involved. So the toll that it took on the family, unbelievable.
That's serious.
Unbelievable. Just to watch everybody just fall apart like that. And there's really nothing you can do. Like my sister she's the total opposite of me. Tiny, little, sweet, I don't cuss, I don't do anything wrong. You know, like I can really stick up for myself, you know, kind of girl. Secretly become an alcoholic.
Easily, for sure.
It's secret.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
So easy.
My sister lived in a like $450,000 house that, you know what I'm saying, she had to sell. My sister didn't have to work. She's working now. You know what I'm saying? Like, just to watch how lives are changed, you know what I'm saying, and all the things that people have to, like, the tragedy, you know what I'm saying, that they have to face, you know? So, for me, I know what I've been through, so this is why I do what I do for people. You know, like you have to have some kindness.
Absolutely.
Right? Like,
mandatory.
And everybody deserves that.
Yeah, man, one of my mottos, man, is you never know what anybody go through.
You don't.
You treat everybody with respect.
I always think to myself, what if this was my son? What if this was my daughter? You know? Like we have people that come in here that We're on 7th Street. Come on.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
man.
saying? We've got alcoholics that come in here that can't even talk. They're so drunk. You know what I'm saying? But no. Leave them alone. You know what I'm saying? Not until they start being like bothersome to the, you know what I'm saying, the clients and asking for change. I'm like, okay, now you gotta go. Now you gotta go. I don't care. Come in here, watch TV.
You feel me?
Sit down.
And
Sit
that
down.
means
Have a seat.
something.
You know what I'm saying? You like, have a seat.
Because everybody needs somebody. You feel me?
Everybody
That
needs
little
somebody.
kindness can go a long way, man.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely, man. That's
Come here, you'll say use the bathroom, sit down here, talk your talk for a second, you know what I'm saying? But as soon as you start getting, you know what I'm saying, disrespectful, now you gotta go.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but next week you can come back.
For real,
Yeah.
Come back with that apology.
Yeah, no, you don't even
You
have
ain't
to
got to
apologize.
apologize. Just come right
You
on
ain't gotta
back.
apologize.
That's
Just
the
don't be
past.
disrespectful.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Okay.
Come on now. Talk about it, man. Somebody just brought Big Dog a little
Okay,
gift.
okay,
You know what I'm
okay.
saying?
Big dog don't even drink, but okay, okay. We'll
Let's
see, what is this? I can't even pronounce it. What is it?
That's something Oriental.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's
That's
dope.
something Oriental.
Yeah.
Some sake. What they call it?
Sake.
Y'all got it now. Can we edit that out? Like, no sucky.
I've never even drank sake. I don't even know.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Man, that's yeah, we're gonna wrap it right there, man.
Okay.
You just blew the roof off this joint. for sure.
Okay.
Man, we
Okay.
need that though, man. I cannot stress enough, man. These conversations are very, very necessary.
I do, yeah. Yeah.
Me personally, I share my story. I'm completely transparent, man. And people,
Same.
a lot of people, when you're like that, a lot of people think you want looking for sympathy or something
I
like
don't
that.
want
No,
sympathy.
this is straight experience, man. I'm just being transparent. Like my car set on fire. I said, what about a month ago or something? And people was reaching out to me, of course, and like in good grace and stuff like that. But there was some people that I seen on the low, like sneak dissing and stuff. Like, oh man, somebody always wants somebody to feel. No, I'm not asking for no handouts in no shape, form, or fashion. Like I just put out there to let y'all know that I'm a single father, and these situations happen.
And you know
You
what?
know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like a lot of people are scared. Most people only post their wins.
You feel
They
me?
never talk
That's
about their
it.
losses.
That's
you hear
it.
me?
And that's a whole different level of power. Like if you,
That's
if you
right.
can confess what's happening
That's
to you,
right.
man, you take that weight off your shoulder.
It
Nobody
makes-
can use that against
It
you.
makes
That's
you
right.
unembarrassable.
It makes you unembarrassing. You know,
Yeah.
You cannot embarrass
and
me.
people
Like,
need to hear that. You know, like I'm like, okay, he not high and mighty. Shit happened to him too. So I'm not alone.
Yeah.
All right, I need to hear that because if you know, if you just posting all the good times, oh, we out in Key Largo, what about the times when you ain't got no money? You eating that fried bologna sandwich? I want to see that post.
come on now. What about that time you had to spend that night in your car?
You feel me? I want to see that post. Like, show me that we
Talk
out
about that poor man's steak.
Facts,
Yeah.
man.
Oh, man. That's real, man. But it's been another dope episode, man. Fulltime Father Podcast, man. I want to say thank you so much to my guests, man. If y'all want to, please drop a couple words of encouragement for the people, man. Anything, whatever. What is your advice moving forward after having this conversation about any topic?
My advice moving forward after having this conversation is, you know what, don't ever think that you're by yourself, and don't ever be too proud, you know what I'm saying, to speak up. I mean, you know, it may not be the person that you want to talk to, but talk to somebody, you know what I'm saying? You know, and the one thing that I learned is when I did try to like seek counseling, and I had a girl that come from the suburbs, you know what I'm saying, cross her legs and thumb through her book, I knew right then, I'm like, she has no idea that, you know what I'm saying, what I'm going through right now. She wants to tell me something out of a book. You can't tell me nothing because you don't relate. You know what I'm saying? You ain't been through no kind of struggles, girl. You know what I'm saying? When you came from Elgin to drive here for a job, you know what I'm saying? You still live with your parents. Like, you know what I'm saying? I want to talk to the people that done been through the dirt, you know what I'm saying, and came out on the other side, you know what I'm saying, that you've been through something. Like, them are the people, you know what I'm saying? Tell me how you made it. You know what I'm saying? tell me, you know what I'm saying, how you move past this. You know, and it, you know, like my dad's been in NA and AA my whole life. The last 11 years of his life, he's been sober.
That's what's up. Big
you know
dog. Come on, now.
Big dogs,
real,
right? I look at people like that, like that's my superhero.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like you've been in this darkness for so long, and now, I mean, look at you. You know what I mean?
Addiction?
Yes.
Fighting, been able to overcome an addiction.
Overcome, yes. I so, you know, like, just don't ever think that you're by yourself, that there is someone. I mean, you know what? If you have to, stop at the barbershop and talk to me. Like, come on. You know what I'm saying? We got every one of us here. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, stop here if you have to.
I always say barbers are the hood therapists.
Oh, we are, definitely.
For sure. Like, absolutely.
Definitely. Yeah.
My boy El Chapo, he was telling me about a story.
Yep.
He was actually on one of my first episodes, man.
Yeah.
He was talking about he got somebody sat in his chair and he feeling all good. He you know what I'm saying? He got money in his pocket. He, you know what I'm saying? He big head. He felt good. You know, he was enjoying himself. He said somebody sat in his chair. He's like, "How you feeling, man?" He's like, "Not so good, man. My daughter done died twice today." Like, what? You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, even on top of that though, man, me and my podcast homie, man, shout out to my boy, man. He got 4 kids by himself, you know what I'm saying? We can't always align. We both single fathers. So
I love that. Respect to you guys.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, because a lot of daddies don't do that.
Absolutely, man. Appreciate it.
It's a job.
What? Man.
Yeah, respect. Big respect for that.
Man, appreciate it. I kind of lost my train of thought. I was going with that with the homie, man. Got to think about my boy, man.
He's got 4 kids. Yeah,
I lost it. It's gone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's not good. Fulltime Father Podcast, man. Appreciate it. I'm sorry, brother.
If anything, I can say, like, man, like, we all can't be cool kids, you know? Like, say, for instance, like, I mean, I seen The Breakfast Club. Now, if the whole movie was everybody trying to be a cool kid, not reach out, it'd be a boring-ass movie. The same situation, you know? Like, I'd say, one thing I always say is, people don't care about how much you know until they know how much you care. So, it's like, you can't, you know, like, if say, for instance, me, and that's why that's why I like my job. I like to be able to reach out, talk to somebody, because you never know, you know, like everybody needs somebody. And I might be that one person to help somebody be like, you know what, man, tomorrow's going to be better. Like, I ain't got to worry about what just happened right here, right now, you know? Like, or I have clients that passed away, and it's like, man, what should I be negative? Like, man, I wish that maybe if I hadn't known them, I wouldn't feel this grief. But if they hadn't come in my life, I wouldn't have felt that happiness too. So I enjoy my moments, my great moments, as we all should. Enjoy our great moments, and even in our bad moments, enjoy that too. Because, you know, like, somebody out there got a story, and we can live vicariously by just listening to that story. There's multiple lifetimes right there, you know? But we got to be open, you know?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Now, you actually made me bring what I was going to say back.
All right, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, no, my boy, he went viral on his old Instagram page. It's blocked now, though, but he did some video that had like 3 million views with him just feeding his kids, whatever. So people started reaching out to him and stuff. So we going live every day. So we try, you know, keep the momentum going, doing our podcast on his page. So some kids about 18 years old reach out to us, say he can commit suicide. He just found out he's a single father and he don't know how to take it. You know what I mean? Like, boy, that. So we talked him through it and stuff, man. And the homie doing good now, man. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you know what I mean. So I guess we turn into therapists ourselves. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
Really, do.
Right.
Real,
you know?
But they don't just say in church, like, there's so many bodies, there are so many parts that help make up the body of God.
Yeah.
So I mean, some people, we can't all be the mouthpiece. You know, some people are the eyes and they watch it.
Yeah.
You know, some people they actually out there putting in the footwork. We can't be all of that, you know. Just take a collective. So yeah. That's cool.
So, well, Fulltime Father Podcast, man. Appreciate y'all. All love. Y'all have a nice day, man.
So.